Hello, everybody, and Merry Christmas. Welcome to my first ever unboxing video. I hope you'll grant me a little bit of leeway. It's my first one, but let's get to it. As I'm sure many of you know, Scale Trains recently got their delivery of the first five CSX Heritage Unit paint schemes. I, of course, pre-ordered them as soon as they were announced, being a CSX modeler myself. So the first five are the 1982 Seaboard system, the 1969 CNO, the 1976 Conrail, the 1973 Chessie, and the 1827 B&O. They seem to be planning to release all of the C6 Heritage schemes in batches of five, with the next five due in March of 2025. Those five being the RFP, the Monon, the New York Central, the Atlantic Coastline, and the Louisville and Nashville. So, first one we have here. And they did a really nice job with the boxes. This is a brand new box art for these heritage units, and they did a great job. I like all the fallen flag names on the sides, and this is the Conrail unit. So hats off to them on that. Without even looking at the locomotive, the boxes look amazing. It'll definitely be a display piece for sure. I'm hoping that they also give the Norfolk Southern heritage units a little bit of a box refresh. That would be kind of cool to see as well. So out of the box, you get your manual as usual. They're always packaged real nice. Protective foam. I always put the manual at the bottom so that it doesn't get in my way. I have so many of these that I no longer read the manuals, to be honest. So let's take it out of its sleeve. You have your foam. Then to the side, I just throw them away. And they send you a little packet of spare rolling bearings for your trucks, so that when it's running it, you have the bearings actually rotating. And wow, look at it. It's amazing. The color is beautiful. I mean, it's just real striking. I love it. Let's take these out. Detail is phenomenal as always with their trains. But yeah, that color, wow. It really struck me straight out of the box for sure. I think they did a good job with the everyone's least favorite part of the heritage units, I guess, is the fact that the nose is not also painted. I think they did a good job with that transition line down the side. Radiator detail is amazing. Color's amazing. The sill looks great with the white. Of course, the black with the tanks and the trucks all looks really good. Just put this down for the moment. Pack this up, get it out of my way. Like or dislike, I personally love it. Looks great. So our next one. Let's see what we got. Honestly, I forget. Forget the order of these. It'll be a surprise for both of us. And it looks like the Chessie. Sweet. Oh yeah, look at that. Put my manual in the box again. Get these out of the way. And let's take this out. These sleeves are always super tight, which is great. Keeps your stuff protected, but makes it hard to take off. And foam, take it out. One of those protectors came off. Once again, your little baggie of extras. I always just tuck them in the side here. Locomotive out. Take off the protectors. carefully. Don't want to bend the handrails. And get this out of the way. So here we are. And wow. Personally, that color's amazing. So this one's a little bit oily from the lubrication. And it's not a big deal. You just wipe it off. It won't hurt anything. It's meant to be there. But yeah, that color is great. Once again, phenomenal job on the detail. Everything looks amazing. Radiators, grills. Nose always so intricate. Once again, a like from me for sure. Next. 1869. You know what that one is, I hope. But this one, I will say right off the bat, my personal favorite. I think they did a great job on this one. Second favorite for me is the B&O unit. Yep, take it out of the box here. I have more than I know what to do with those roller bearings. I have so many. It's nice that they include them though. Let's take the protectors off. Once again, one of them came off in the packaging. Not a big deal. There's no damage. Let's get this out of the way. Look at that. Looks amazing. Color, phenomenal. Say it every time. The detail, great. Even have the little emblem there. All their emblems that they had over the years. Front detail's great. But that paint job looks amazing. Front detail, phenomenal. Once again, a little oily. Not a problem at all. I'd rather it be all lubricated than not. I do like how Scale Train started to color the trucks and the axles, I mean, the wheels. They used to just come in their metallic color, but now that they actually paint them, looks phenomenal. So once again, a like for me on that one. Goes to the top is my favorite. Oh, look at that. Include a little treat in the box. Next, I believe, I think this is the B&O. Second favorite. Let's take it out. Yep, there you go. The B&O unit. Put our menu back in here. Get this out of the way. Styrofoam out of the way. And let's take her out. I accidentally hit my camera. Fix that real quick. A little peek at the front nose there. Looking good. Now let's take all the protectors off again. And besides showing you guys the full locomotive, the reason I take the protectors off is straight out of the box with all of my locomotives. I put on some FRA tape and I weather them to varying degrees. And once again, amazing, amazing paint job. Looks phenomenal. I've yet to see this one in person, but from the photos of the real thing, this looks exactly like it. It's a little quick on the rear there. Sorry about that, but great job as usual. And I've heard some people saying that the paint is a little bit too matte. Personally, I don't have an issue with that. I mean, it's if you do, you can get a gloss paint, like a clear gloss, and paint over the existing paint job, which I've seen some guys do. Um, and it makes it look a little bit more, I suppose, realistic, since the real engines do have that glossy look to them when they're first finished. But as I'm sure all you guys who are trackside know, that it quickly loses its gloss, especially when it gets all dirty. Can't even tell it was a gloss in the first place. So I don't mind the matte look. Plus, since I'll be weathering these, it won't really matter. So this one had the extra bearings were stuck in there with the static electricity. Take the foam out of here. Whoops. Get this out of there. Tucked in there and open her up. So this is the last of the first five. The Seaboard, 1982. Take all these protectors off. And get this out of the way. So here we are. And sounds like a broken clock, but dang, looks great. Paint job, phenomenal. Once again, a little oily, not a problem. Details great. Looks great. I'm sure they'll sound great. I always get mine DCC sound just because lately the prices for the decoders have been crazy, and I use ESU Look Sound V5 for pretty much everything. And those are about $100 a piece for a decoder, so I figure I'll just get them pre-installed, so the price is not that much different versus installing them myself. So yeah, another like for me. And here they all are. You'll see a little bit of a better shot here in a minute. But if you're curious, scaletrains.com, go under the HO scale to the ES44s under the rivet counter. Looking at July 2025 timeframe, the 1875, the PNLE, 1967, the Seaboard Coastline, the 1972, the Family Lines, the SCL and the LNN, 1852, the Western Maryland, and the Pierre Marquette, the 1899. Those are all coming July. Also, head over to the website and pre-order them if you want them, because I'm sure they're going to go fast. So here they all are after I've applied the FRA tape. And this angle doesn't really show the reflectiveness, but I assure you it looks just like the real thing. It's phenomenal. I'll put the link to the company. I forget. Smokebox Graphics, I believe is what it's called. Smokebox Graphics, I think, is who I use for all this stuff. And yeah, it looks phenomenal. Thanks for watching and have a Merry Christmas.